Recent satellite imagery of Myanmar's Coco Islands in the Bay of Bengal, located barely 55 kilometers north of the strategic Andaman and Nicobar Islands, have raised concerns within the Indian security establishment. The photos reveal that Myanmar may soon be intending to conduct maritime surveillance operations from Great Coco Island, the largest in the isolated archipelago. Myanmar's Coco Islands is no stranger to geopolitical intrigue in the region and has earlier too been a controversial subject among analysts and policymakers in South Asia. It is well known that since the early 1990s, Myanmar, a volatile nation itself, has permitted a Chinese signals intelligence facility on the archipelago. Despite very little evidence of its existence, apart from a heavily weathered radar station, the islands have often attracted attention from neighboring countries. Telltale signs of military modernization and increased activity on the islands have emerged, and instead of the dubious Chinese radar station, the islands may be getting facilities to support aircraft movement. The photos indicate renewed levels of construction activity on Great Coco Island. Visible in the pictures are two new hangars, a new causeway, and what appears to be an accommodation block, all of which are visible in proximity to a freshly lengthened 2,300-meter runway and radar station. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands provide India's Eastern Fleet strategic depth in the Bay of Bengal and command approaches to the Strait of Malacca, and ignoring any development close to it may prove costly for the country in future. Myanmar has been isolated globally over the past 2 years due to its civil war, and the military junta too is beginning to look less powerful than earlier. Of late, China has made a large investment in the country through the China-Myanmar Economic Corridor to access Indian Ocean sea lanes as a way to bypass the Strait of Malacca, which has acted as a very critical sea lane for shipping destined for China's east coast and direct energy imports instead over land into China's Yunnan province. It is no secret that Asian countries including India, Japan and the Philippines, as well as the United States, Australia in the West, are worried and cautious about China's growing influence in the Indian Ocean region. There are ample evidences to suggest Myanmar's military coup has increased Beijing's influence in that country. With Myanmar's armed forces struggling to control large portions of the country and with the economy in free fall, China seems to be taking advantage of the regime and protecting its investments for now. Chinese companies are believed to be operating on the ground, building major infrastructure projects such as deep water ports, while the military junta is allocating the few troops it has left to protect them. The militarization of the Coco Islands by the Myanmar's junta, combined with the wider Chinese developments occurring inland, could pose a significant security challenge to India and its navy. It is impossible to ignore that the latest developments have wider implications for India's strategic interest in the region as New Delhi seeks to counter China's growing influence in South Asia. With the Coco Island developments coming to light, India may soon face a new airbase close by in a country increasingly linked to China.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.